Konnichiwa, Mina, this is T-Sakura, and welcome back to Game Boy Top 10s Fighting Games Winners Part 2. We're going to see the final 5 in my top list. Just to reiterate, we have 3 rules this time. Rule number 1, it has to be on GameFAQs Game Boy Fighting section. If it's not there, it's not on this list. So that definitely makes it easier for me and narrows it down. Rule number 2 is no Game Boy Color games, because we're only on the first gen system, we're not on the second gen, and it eliminates, I believe, is about 15 to 19 more games, surprisingly, which is alright. Rule number 3, it has to be a good port if it's a port. And which means, like, Mortal Kombat is not on this list because it's an atrocious port. Shaq Fu and Primal Rage, they're awesome, but they didn't make the list. But yeah, that's how it is. Alright, moving on to number 5. World Heroes 2 Jet. This one is another one of those Super Game Boy multiplayer awesomeness. And this game, I was just impressed once again by it being perfectly built for a handheld. The sprites are the right size, the screen's the right size, and of course with Game Boy, Super Game Boy, get some nice coloring in there. The faces are really nice. The border's good as well, and of course, like I said, multiplayer. In this game, you do bouts of 3. You have to win a minimal of 2 battles to continue on. And this, of course, is one of the games that intrigued me so much that I actually had to stop recording, and I continued to play for about 30, 40 more minutes after recording stopped. Just because it was so much fun. And of course, whenever I say fun, I usually die in the video. Right. Anyways, just really enjoyed this one, and I was very impressed with how the game actually worked. I like the concept, and perfectly just works out with everything that they were trying to do. This is definitely one of those I can say I'm going to be importing soon when I get the opportunity and a good price. Just because, yeah, and right there, I was able to win 2 bouts out of 3, and I'm allowed to continue on. Yay! Alright. Moving on to number 4, Super Chinese Fighter Game Boy. I don't know why, but this game was just a ball. I'm pretty sure it's made by the same company that the previous one was on, I think, but at least it's made in the same way. That the sprites are perfectly sized, the controls are well done, and you get to have fun learning your moves, which aren't too bad. I mean, it's follows what has been set, which is really good. The border itself, weird, is all I can say. I know the octopus thingy is very popular, especially back then, but still, it's really weird. While you're playing a fighting game, you just see this octopus. Now I want some octopus balls. That just sounds really good. Too bad there's no really good Osakan restaurants around here. Darn. Anyway, this one also has the multiplayer feature as well, which makes it nice because, you know, get a good friend over and it's like, okay, Super Nintendo time. Here's a good fighting game. And yeah. That was horrible, and I would like to learn how to do that move. Maybe next time I'll actually read the instructions before playing fighting games. So that is Super Chinese Fighter Game Boy. I just don't know why the computer chose my character during filming. Oh well. Moving on, number 3. Was there any doubt? Of course, for a lot of people probably think that this should have been number 1. And for good reasons. This is probably the best fighting game for the Super Game Boy out there. I mean, for every character that you go to fight, the border will actually change to that character's background level. That way you get more of a color to the background. The music is fantastic. The move set is exactly the same. So if you know how to play with somebody, you got their moves already down. One of the perfect ports I've seen, and beautifully done with the addition of the Super Game Boy, which also unlocks the multiplayer feature. You know, they have really good animations. They have the original arcade sounds, which is amazing. So I mean, Capcom really went and said, okay, we're going to give you a handheld version of this. Here it is. And they took their time and did it right. That's why I think this is probably the perfect port to a handheld at what the Game Boy could actually do, and and what it was able to do. This, of course, is one of those that, yeah, I used on my Super Game Boy a lot and just had fun. I did have Super Street Fighter 2 for my Super Nintendo, but for some reason this was actually, in my opinion, a funner version to actually enjoy. So that is why it's number 3 on my list. Number 2, Killer Instincts. Another fantastic port. The only thing that this does not do that Street Fighter doesn't is that every time you fight somebody, the border does not change. Sprites, they try to go for the 3D element from the Super Nintendo. Didn't work too well, but the thing is, the game has all the moves exactly how they were on the Super Nintendo. You are able to get your combos off. The vitalities are probably going to be a little slightly different. I don't remember any of them, so I wasn't able to try any, but I was able to get off a couple of my combos, and I was sitting there trying to remember, okay, what was it again? Okay, is it hold? Is it this? So yeah. This is one that I probably played the most on my Super Game Boy when I had the opportunity to. Under, of course, number 1. Only because since we had the Super Nintendo Edition, we actually played the Super Nintendo one more so than this one. It was fun being able to play an easier command version, I guess, since you only have one button for each, punch and kick. But anyway, just having this to actually play a good game was a lot of fun. So that's why this is number 2 on my list, and number 1 just is the best fighting game on the Game Boy, in my opinion. So, moving on. Battle Arena Toshinden. This game is, like I said, in my opinion, the best Game Boy fighting game. Once again, it uses a Super Game Boy, gets you some good coloring, gets you the multiplayer features, and it does follow the storyline that you get from the arcade and the PlayStation version. I just like this one, I think, just a little bit better than the PlayStation one, just because it's a side-scroller instead of the 3D arena, though it still does have ring out, so you gotta be careful. Between the PlayStation edition and the Game Boy, or I should say Super Game Boy edition, we played more of the Super Game Boy edition multiplayer than we did the PlayStation edition, just because of the side scroll, or I should say the 2D on 2D. I like the chippy sprites. It just adds that humor to the game, which is nice. And if I'm correct, the move lists are the same as well. I think there's some variations, but practically the same. I think there's a few costumes that are slightly different. I think it's just Gaia that's different, if I remember correctly. But just yeah, this is the best fighting game in my opinion, and sadly I can't find my copy anymore. I have to go rebuy it. Ugh, I hate doing that. So that is number 1 right there, Battle Arena Toshinden. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this top 10 list. These are all the games that I went through. I went through every fighting game that there was, tried each one, and these are the top 10 that I felt that deserved to be here. Please leave comments and let me know if you like it. This is Jesus saying ciao and sayonara.